Right hand.
Hi. So one of the things WoW doesn't have right now is a melee cloth class. And so when you announced yesterday that we were going to have a monk, I was super excited because we would have something new and unique. And I was wondering if there's any discussion about maybe making them a cloth class more true to the monk feel and flavor.
So one of the concerns there is we've had a long-standing problem of having to provide one type of itemization for a single character class, which is the Holy Paladin gear that has to drop, even though essentially we have to drop it more than their actual Holy Paladin is to consume it in order to drop sufficiently. And if we were to introduce a cloth melee user who used agility or strength, we would have the same problem again, where we'd have to have a whole new item drop on all our drop tables that would kind of bloat things out a little bit like they were in Burning Crusade, which we really didn't like, and probably you guys didn't really like. So we really want to keep within the existing archetypes of the different types of armor we have. So leather had spirit and intellect on it, and that seemed like the better place to take them on, especially if you're going to have them tank, so we could have them use the agility leather that the druids do. It just fit a lot better with what the monk needed to have, without creating new armor types.
Thank you.
Hi there. With the announcement that everyone is going to be able to name their non-combat pets, is there any chance that our warlocks can name our demons? And Greg, I salute you, sir.
I think the idea with the warlocks, as distinct from the hunter, is that you don't really have a personal demon that's yours. You're just grabbing a demon for your own use from the Twisting Nether, putting it to work for you, and then disposing of it, sacrificing it, getting rid of it. There isn't the same sentimental attachment that hunters have with their pets, and so naming doesn't seem like it's quite as good a fit.
Something we did talk about potentially is sometimes you just get a name for your pet that you just don't like, or whatever. But we did talk about, Ian's right that we just don't want you to just customize to name your pet John or whatever. But we did talk about where you can go to like a warlock somewhere and he'd kill your pet and then give you a new pet, and it'd reset the name of what your pet would be. So, and then you just pay gold for that or something. So, yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi guys, thank you so much for 5.0. It looks great, and I'm probably going to get booed, but I know that removing the minimum range for hunters is a great key for us, but removing the melee means that we're going to lose a lot of stats. How are you planning to balance that within the class?
Everybody else loses the same stats in some way. So your current ranged weapon is in a range slot where it has these really gimpy, tiny stat budget, and it's like my ranged weapon has as much stats as your relic. Your ranged weapon is to become a two-handed weapon from the point of view of the item budget. So it's got as much stats on it as the warrior's two-handed sword has. And then everybody loses their range slot. So really, everyone's going to lose a little bit of stats, but you're not going to lose more stats than everybody else.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, my name is Critter from Mal'Ganis for the Horde. Quick question. I have two retired tunes, one with jewel crafting, one with inscription. And I feel that, when I put the items on the auction house, they're either quickly outbid or some mass producer from an unnamed country is just gonna outpost me like crazy. So I'm asking, can you bring back the old, perfect cuts, the procs, the rare gems that I could put up so I, as a crafter, can feel like a crafter and people will buy my goods based on the quality? Because right now I feel like they took my job.
Yeah, I think with the current mods out there, it's a very competitive market, and that's just the nature of an open market. When you talk about perfect gems, if we allowed perfects of blues, then nobody would use the blues. So it just kind of ups the ante on that. I don't know that there's an easy solution to making every crafter feel wanted, other than things like daily cooldowns or whatnot. Things that only you can have. Bind on pickup chaos orbs are another good way. Maybe we should do something like that for jewel crafters this time. so that, you know, you can say, hey, I spent X amount of time in the world doing something, and then so you can pay me for that time, and I'm, you know, there's a limited quantity of it, so it's very valuable.
Perfect.
Thank you. We've got time for about 1 or 2 more questions. On up.
How you doing, fellas? There's a lot to be said for consistency and longevity, and a lot of us play these games because we love to play with our friends, and you've been doing such a good job for so long that now we're getting to play these games with our kids, so thank you. What I wanted to ask is, I got to play the monk yesterday, and the play of it feels amazing. With the removal of auto attack, I think it makes everything feel really fluid. Can we expect to see this with other classes? And if so, hunters are going to be really confused.
I definitely, I think removing auto attack on a monk, or the monk not having auto attack, was just, it was really actually controversial around the office too. And there's fans for it, and there's people who think we're eventually gonna, you know, cave and give auto attack back. So we're not even 100% sure the monk will do it. And I think removing auto attack on the other classes is really risky because they have a, you know, they've been playing the class for X number of years, and removing auto attack will just feel like, you know, such a huge change. I don't know.
Do the crazy things on new stuff, not old stuff.
One of the downsides of the auto attack that people have found already, the monk lack of auto attack, is if you're about to, you know, smack that monkey down or something and he only has 5 health left, you have to wait until you can hit a button again, whereas a warrior rogue would just kill it with their auto attack. So there are some downsides too.
Thank you.
And for everybody that applauded the druid nerf, haters.
No, and I didn't hear that. Smack the monkey. All right. That's it. I think that's it. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Everybody give them a round of applause.
Thank you.
Great job.
We are going to be doing a follow-up Q&A on October 27th online. We'll be able to answer a lot more questions about 5.0 in the classes. Thanks.
Class item. Thank you for attending the World of Warcraft Class Items and Professions Q&A panel.